do have to move from where we are now because poor Aubrey hasn't got a view. I'm just going to wait for them to mate, and then we'll shift around so that we don't ruin the sound. Okay, we can. Let's move quickly. Okay, we're not going to have the best view, but Aubrey has just joined us, so we have to be relatively fair in the way that we share out the ability to see in this particular sighting. We've had some extraordinary views. That was quite an impressive one. Got her by the back of the throat, which they'd usually do to stop the female lashing out at them straight away, but he didn't let go. So he actually dragged her back with him when he pulled away from her. And then rolling onto her back, as all big cats do. It's part of what's known as the lordosis reflex, which she's given us a clear demonstration of. Lions and leopards do it, and it's thought to help aid fertilization. They're usually quite enthusiastic about it in the beginning, and then towards the end they stop demonstrating that particular rolling over onto their back behavior. Awesome. The sound effects of leopards mating it's just unbeatable. It's more dramatic, I think, than lions mating, in my opinion. There's a little bit more in the way of scrappiness between the two of them. It's just incredible to witness. And we've been treated to some fantastic views, and hopefully these two will decide to stick around for the sunset safari. We can try and beat yesterday's drive, which was, what did we calculate it as? 26 different big cats, including little cubs. Must have been somewhere close. 7 sticks cubs, 3 sticks adults, that's 10, plus 1 is 11, plus 13 kahumas is 24, plus 2 leopards. It's 26, yeah. It's 26 big cats yesterday afternoon on the sunset safari. And we're not doing too badly this afternoon. And we're giving you a fantastic morning's viewing of the different leopards of Djuma. I don't want to keep you away from Karula and her wonderful little cubs for too long. And let's head back across to James.
He's a youngster. Hello again, everyone. We've moved slightly. You can see a lovely, lovely view now of the little chief, Hosanna, and the kill made by his extremely adept mother. That is an adult male, or an adult impala. I don't think it's a male, probably a female. Can you see any horns there? All I can see is a bit of liver sticking out. Very, very rich source of nutrients, the liver, everybody. So if you happen to be a leopard, it's a good piece of food to get, because it's not just protein, it's quite fatty. It's got some good stuff in it. And all the while, the little sister looks up, hopefully. Now, as I've said before, and I know I've been fairly harshly contradicted by one or two viewers, which is absolutely fine. I don't think that I've never seen them feed together for very long. Yes, sometimes they feed a little bit together, but normally it's one or the other. And I think that goes along with the fact that they don't do an enormous amount of playing with each other. Nothing like the lion cubs do. And that's simply a function of the fact that they are leopards, which means that they're going to be totally solitary for most of their lives. A lovely blue sky above. Oh, look! What do you think she's going to do, Gendry? Do you think she's going to brave it or wait for him to get so full that he can't hold himself in the tree anymore? His belly is very full. You can see it there sticking out behind his left back leg. And he's got very sweet little legs and tail hanging out there. They grow up so fast, you know, Gendre. And Gendre, just quickly, sorry, there's a batelier coming in the same way that it did earlier. Look at it, flying right over the top, the same way that it did with the lion kill. Definitely seen that piece of meat there. Will think about maybe having some, but I don't think it's going to be able to get anything from this kill. Unsurprisingly, Gendre, I didn't get a photograph of that batelier.
Very unlikely.
That is, isn't it? See how the batelier would love to come in here and have a bite, but it realizes with 3 leopards eating here, highly unlikely. Gendre was just saying to me, wouldn't it be nice if we had Big Cat Week during the winter time? He's absolutely right, of course. Big Cat Week is in February, and we don't get anything like the views of the cats we do in the winter because there's just so much greenery around.
Got a photo yet, James?
Of what? Of the leopard?
The batelier.
No, not with this lens and my skill. There is a hooded vulture also floating above, if you want it, Chandra. There we are. It's that small pixel up there. There you are. Well done. The leopards haven't moved, everyone, don't worry. Fear not. And it's come in for exactly the same reason that the same 2 species of bird arrived at the lion kill. And of course I have the ability to look both ways because I can see what Gendre is filming, and I can see the little leopard in the tree who was watching exactly what we've been watching. He noticed the vulture coming in. Carol, nice question from you. You say, why is he always first at the kills? I'm not sure that he is, Carol. I think it's just that when we got here, he was eating. It's quite possible that she ate a little bit before he did. When you say, is it a male-orientated world? In the animal kingdom, it's a size-orientated world entirely, Carol. So it's just got to do with the size that these animals have. So he's now probably starting to get a little bit bigger than her, which means, yes, he probably will start to feed more often than not before her, because he'll just box her off the kills. Oh, yes. Very nice, Andre. Oh, he's got seems to have a bit of stomach contents there. He might be doing some bokdrol spoeg not too long from now. Quite astounding sighting. Does make one excited for breakfast, don't you find, Andre? Perhaps not for what he's eating there. I think he's there. You see, he's just opened up the stomach contents there. That's the rumen. So that's the undigested plant material that would have been stuck in the stomach, and he won't eat that, but he will eat the intestine from which it's come, because it is very nutritious as well. We had a great question yesterday about how it is that a carnivore manages to get sufficient nutrients given that they only eat meat. And here you can see Well, yes, it is animal product, but it is varied. In this case, he's eating the intestines, he's got the liver and the kidneys and the heart and the lungs, and eventually, I guess, his mother will crack open the head like a walnut and enjoy the brain, all of which contains various bits and pieces of nutrition crucial to the healthy survival of two little leopard cubs and their royal mother. Hello, Andrew in Vermont. Common query about cats, big cats out here. You say, thank you, Jean-Ray. Do leopards get hairballs? Yes, I've definitely seen leopards get hairballs, absolutely. They do. They lick the carcasses of the animals they catch in order to swallow the hair, which I think helps line the digestive system. So in the same way that they eat grass sometimes for a bit of roughage, I think what you'll find is that they lick the hair to clean it off the skin to a certain extent, but also to swallow some. But inevitably, they're going to get too much in, and they will eventually have to cough it up. I don't know how much hair they get from their own cleaning, which is of course where a house cat gets a hairball, but I imagine there is some, but I've certainly seen leopards coughing up hairballs before. He ain't going nowhere, that leopard, is he? His sister, she just keeps looking up, hoping desperately for a gap. Much more well-mannered than her brother. We've got a little bit of time left. I think we're going to sit here for a little while, and then we'll try one last reposition and get a nicer view of Shongile on the ground. She's lying very carefully in the shade, waiting patiently her turn. Okay, let's go back to Jamie and find out if Shadow and Tingana have managed to make some cousins for these two little things.
Well, hopefully not. I'm still really hoping that perhaps the cousin is still alive and well. Oh, dearie me. We've lost me completely. Is it back now? Okay. Right. No moving, Jamie. Stay absolutely still. Okay, no, we can't stay absolutely still. Kirsty says it's still soft. I'm going to take this mic. I'm going to do something similar to what Lou did yesterday with TriCaster, according to James, which was attack it with a big hammer. I don't need a big hammer for this microphone, just a little one. But there we go. Our leopards are still resting in the shade, taking a break from their cub-making activities. Although, as I said, I'm really truly hoping that that is not going to be the case now. Unfortunately, it's not looking good, is it? And this is now the second time that Shadow's been mating with Tingana. Because as far as I know, she was seen mating while I was on leave as well, 10 days or so ago. So some interesting things happening in the world of our leopard dynamics. Now, just to give you a rough idea of how close we are, Kirsty was giving me an update on the fact that there was a batalier soaring around Karula's kill. We could see it at that point. It flew right over our heads. So we are probably, I would guess that and say, what's that, 200 meters or so? I can almost, in fact I can, from my angle, not from Brian's angle, I can see the tree where the kill is. No, Brian, you won't be able to. There's a very large curry bush in front of it. So that's how close we are. It'll be very interesting to see. Karula must know. I think it's back on that side. Just out of your reach. I'm pretty sure that Karula knows these two are here. She must do. Her hearing's more sensitive than ours, and they're not exactly subtle during their current activities. So we're probably about 100, no, that's an exaggeration. We're about 300 meters away, 300 yards away from Karula and her kill where James is sitting now. So not far at all. The question is, does Tingana know that she's there? I don't think so. I think otherwise he would have been making a beeline straight in that direction. And what kind of interesting dynamics would we see at play this afternoon on the sunset safari? Will these two be too wrapped up in each other to realize that a meal is just a few hundred meters away? Or will they discover it, and what will Karula do then? What will Shadow do then? It'll be very, very interesting dynamics playing out. You'd have to wait until the sunset safari, because I don't think... Oh, hold on. There's a Dacre. It's coming straight towards us. He's in front of us here, Brian. I don't think he's realized. You might not be able to see him just yet. He's just through there. Let's have a look, see if you can see movement. He stopped and froze. He's seen us, but not the leopards. There, you can just see his nose peeking in the middle of your screen. Those of you with keen eyes. There he is. Ah. Good choice, little... Good choice, little Dacre. Dashing off in the opposite direction. I wonder if he realizes how close he came to being a quick snack for our lovely leopards. This is what we spoke about earlier, the fact that if something did happen to wander into their midst, hapless and unsuspecting, they would immediately seize upon the opportunity to grab it. I think that Dacre made a very sensible decision today, going off in the opposite direction. Perhaps his eyesight was keener than I thought, but I don't think so. I think it just decided that it wouldn't want to go through that thick area anyway. And now as the temperature starts to heat up, the frequency of their mating has slowed down, and they haven't mated since we last saw them a couple of minutes ago. I think that things are dying down for now. The sunny and warm weather has the effect of dampening their romantic mood. Now, while they snooze away in the safety and shade of a tambuti thicket, let's jump across 300 meters or so to the east of us to where James is sitting with Karula.
Slight development here, everybody. Hosanna dropped a piece of stomach or something from the... Excuse me. I can't speak. Something stuck in my throat. Okay, right. Development was that he dropped a piece of stomach or something onto the ground, and Shongile didn't even respond. She just got up to go and see if she could get a piece of leg that her mother was eating. And then Karula got up, left her leg, went to the stomach, and Shongile went to where she is now, eating the little piece of leg, and now she's very happy. Oh, there we go. Something else has been dropped. I think he's going to drop the whole thing very shortly. Hello, the Snapple attack. You want to know what a leopard does in the case of living in an open area, perhaps like the Mara. What do they do if they kill something on an open plain? Do they drag it until they find a tree, or do they just eat it there? No, they'll often just eat it there. They'll often eat on the ground, and certainly in the case of Shadow, she almost never kills up a tree. And so you'll find that if there is a convenient tree, and especially in the presence of other predators, then they will drag it up. But you know, in a very open area, you won't really find leopards. They will normally be on the fringes of an open area near the trees. Let's go up to the top there, Jean-Ray. Hosanna is moving around the place. Whoa! Did you get that? That was so cool. Now. Let's watch what happens. I think he's going to come down. I think he's bored. Come on, don't go down that way. Come down this way. Come on. Come down this way for us. And his sister is now waiting. It was the entire stomach. Sorry, Karula's now walking off with the entire stomach there. She's put it down into that hole where she and Shongile have been feeding. And Shongile now underneath, hoping her brother's going to come out of the tree. Come on, look this way. That's it. Thank you. No, missed it. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I am the world's slowest photographer ever. We've only got 2 minutes left, but we may just extend a little bit to see what plays out here. But I think we will definitely come back here, obviously, this afternoon and spend some more time with them. I don't think they're going anywhere. Unless this rather careless fellow manages to drop his kill. I got a photograph, Andre.
Hey, well done, James.
So we're just getting word from the final control as the smell of the innards of an impala waft over us. We'll just extend a little bit, everyone, and see what happens. Here he goes. Here he comes. I'm just keeping an eye on her. Let's just keep an eye on her. The little leopardess on the ground. She hasn't moved. She's still waiting, watching patiently. I think he wants to come down, but I think he's a little bit scared. He's looking at his sister now. Here he comes. Well done. Very inelegant, but well done. You're down. Well done. Let's just wait 1 second and see what she does. I think if he takes 2 steps from the tree, she's going to go up. Look how he totally ignores her. Now watch. Let's see if she goes up. He's now investigating his mother's food, saying hi to his mum, and now here she goes. It's not an easy tree to get up, you know. I think she's reticent to try and climb it. You know, she tried when we first got in here, and it was very difficult for her. Here we go. Come on, little girl. Up you go. She's squealing. She's just making a little squealing sound. There we go. Come on, go for it. There we go. Well done. There you go. And mother doing a little bit of chuffing. She's going, "Caw, caw." There we go. There we go. Come on. There you are. That's it. Don't fall now. That's high. It's difficult, hey? It's not easy for her because you're going to have to stand. There we are. Now she'll eat. Oh, the balance is unbelievable. There we go. All right, everybody. Well, Shongile has her breakfast. We'll come back this afternoon. A big thank you to all of you for having